This October, the war in Afghanistan will enter its 18th year. That's literally a lifetime. For perspective, most of the incoming class at Albany this August will be about the same age, and we've only recently begun serious negotiations with the Taliban. As a historian of the 20th and 21st century, this question is central to my research. Because why do wars like this last so long? The United States has more military power than any other country in the world. It has 11 aircraft carriers, nuclear weapons, and numerous infantry divisions. The Taliban do not have anything like this. So why do wars like this last so long? So here's my argument. Bernard Fall was an important Vietnam War scholar and critic, and he answered this question through his study of the wars in Vietnam after World War II. Fall explained that war between France and its colonies between 1946 and 1954 was a political revolution that France could not contain. Later, the United States attempted to defeat this revolution in the name of anti-communism. But Fall thought that the fear of communism was overblown, and that these wars were not insurgencies, but that these were revolutionary wars to change Vietnamese society. These were wars against a legacy of colonialism that the military devastation of Vietnam could not defeat. In fact, this overbearing fear of communism led to failure, because this fear narrowed foreign policy options that led to an over-militarization of approaches to war in Vietnam. But Fall was far from being a pacifist. So here's the story behind my argument. Bernard Fall had a unique understanding of war for many reasons, the first of these being the fact that he was a young Jewish immigrant to France from Austria during World War II. Shortly after arriving in France, Fall's mother and father were arrested and deported to Auschwitz, where they died. Fall then joined the French resistance and later the French military during the liberation of Europe. After the war, Fall worked as a research analyst for the War Crimes Commission during the Nuremberg trials that judged Nazi war criminals. So why does works Fall matter today? It matters today because revolutionary wars are not just an anachronism, a thing of the past. We're dealing with these wars in Afghanistan and Iraq right now. To give you an example of what I mean, a New York Times journalist named C.J. Shivers, in observing military aircraft flying in Afghanistan, wrote the following, quote, "Some of the world's most expensive aircraft are applied to small and seemingly unsolvable tactical problems in remote corners of the earth. Sophisticated military equipment cannot change the facts on the ground," end quote. Bernard Fall made the same type of observation about war in Vietnam over 50 years ago. The goal of my research is to publish a book on Bernard Fall so that readers may better understand his work. Tragically, Bernard Fall stepped on a landmine in Vietnam, and he died on February 21st, 1967, but he left an important legacy, that political solutions are the only effective means to prevent and end war. Military destruction doesn't offer any better solutions. Thank you.